As we've been reporting, global leaders have arrived in India's capital, New Delhi, for the G20 Summit. And let's now cut across to a press briefing being held by the UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres.
Joe with the CGTN, thanks, Secretary General. You've addressed the challenges for the SDG goals, the realization of that, particularly when it comes to the developing countries, which is even more formidable. But there are worries about the mistrust, growing mistrust actually, that may pull the global south.
The what? The mistrust?
That may pull the global north and south further apart. So scholars argue that not the advanced technology by the north, and also these, as you said, emission rules, and also financial issues facing those developing countries, and also the Ukraine crisis, kind of like in the context of ideological confrontation. So now we are expecting AU, of African Union, to join G20 to add some voices from this global south. How do you see the current multilateralism promising to unite the global north and south, and how UN continue to address the reforms as the G20 host is now advocating more, reforms of the multilateralism?
One of the key aspects of what has been consistently my intervention in the recent past has been to say that facing enormous challenges in a world that is becoming more and more multipolar, we need a strengthened and reformed multilateralism. Some people think that if the world is multipolar, then peace will come by itself. It's not true. Europe was multipolar before the First World War, and in the absence of multilateral institutions of governance, the result was the First World War. So the multipolarity requires strong and reformed multilateral institutions. But when one looks at the Bretton Woods system, or when one looks at the Security Council of the United Nations, they do not reflect today's world. They reflect the world at the end of the Second World War, in 1945. Many things have changed. And let's not forget that when these institutions were created, the majority of African countries would not even exist as independent countries. They were still under colonial regimes. So it is clear that if we want multilateral institutions to work properly, we need to adapt their structure, their organization, their power relations within them. We need to adapt them to reflect the reality of today. And this is true for the Security Council, it's true for the Bretton Woods institution, it's true for institutions related to trade, to science, and to many other aspects. We need strengthened and reformed multilateralism to face the challenges of today. And we cannot do it with institutions of the past.
Amit, right here from India today. If you wait for the microphone, please. Right behind you. Thank you.
Namaste, sir. I'm Amit Bhardwaj from India today. You yourself said that the UN Security Council is outdated, and considering the situation of the present, the way India is voicing the voice of the global south, do you think that number one, there is need to broaden the UN Security Council, and India is a strong contender to become part of the UN Security Council?
It's not for me to define who will be in the Security Council. It's for member states. It is obvious that India is today the country of the world with the largest population, and it is obvious that India is a very important partner in the world multilateral system. But it's not for me to decide who's going to be in the Security Council. It is for me to say that I believe we need the reform of the Security Council to reflect the realities of today's world.
Thank you. The young lady in the green black skirt right there.
I'm Divya from the Indian Express. Do you think India presently has the credibility to be a mediator in the Russia-Ukraine conflict?
Do you mean the
mediator, the Russian India?
WION World is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.